Welcome back to Psyche Exposed. At some point in your life, someone you genuinely cared about went completely silent on you. No reply, no explanation, just nothing. And I want you to think about how that felt. Not just the sadness, but that physical feeling, that tightness in your chest, that restless, consuming anxiety you could not switch off. That was not you being too sensitive. That was your brain triggering an emergency alarm. And today, we are going to decode exactly what happens inside your mind when someone goes silent, because it is far more powerful than most people ever realize. The human brain processes social rejection in the exact same region that processes physical pain. Not a similar region, the exact same one. Your nervous system cannot distinguish between a physical wound and a social one. When you are ignored, your heart rate rises and stress hormones flood your body. Your brain genuinely believes you are in danger. And it starts scanning every memory, searching desperately for the moment things went wrong. It is trying to solve a crisis that your body is treating as life or death. This leads to the second stage, the obsessive loop. Your brain detects a threat it cannot resolve, so it replays everything, every word, every tone, every interaction. It constructs endless scenarios. It asks the same questions on repeat. This is not weakness. It is your survival instinct working overtime. But the tragedy is that when the threat is someone's silence, there is no solution to be found. The loop continues because you are trying to fix a puzzle that the other person has deliberately hidden the pieces to. Then comes the collapse in self-worth. Humans are wired for belonging. Connection is not a luxury. It is a survival need as fundamental as food or shelter. When someone withdraws their attention, your brain does not just feel rejected. It misinterprets that silence as a verdict. You start to believe the lie. I am not enough. And if the silence lasts long enough, you stop questioning their behavior and start questioning your own value. And then silence acts as a bridge to your past. Being ignored today wakes up old, unhealed wounds. Every time you were dismissed, every time you were overlooked, every time you were made to feel invisible by someone who should have seen you. This is why the pain feels so disproportionate. It is never just about them. It is about every single time before this that you were made to feel like you did not matter, and all of that arrives at once. Finally, and this is the part nobody warns you about, silence becomes a weapon. While sometimes silence comes from someone's own emotional immaturity or internal struggle, there are times when it is used deliberately. People who do this understand that uncertainty is more painful than a clear answer. They know that the not knowing, the waiting, the wondering, the hoping keeps you focused entirely on them, waiting for their approval, waiting for their return. It is a form of psychological control designed specifically to make you shrink. So here is what you need to understand and what you need to do. Your reaction is not a flaw. It is biology. But you are not powerless inside it. When the obsessive loop starts, say it out loud. My brain is in survival mode. This is biology, not truth. Labeling it strips it of its power. When you feel the urge to chase, to reach out, to beg for an explanation, stop. Physically move instead. Walk. Exercise, journal, redirect every single drop of energy you were spending on them back into yourself. And understand this. Silence is a two-way street. If someone is using it as a weapon, the most powerful response you can give is to stop being the one who chases. Go quiet. Go inward. Signal clearly that you no longer need their validation to exist. You are not defined by the space someone else refuses to fill. Subscribe to Psyche Exposed, because once you understand your own mind, no silence will ever be loud enough to make you forget who you are.